Hey y'all! So let's go ahead and get started. Hey, everyone. This is Theresa, and this is Behind the Highlight Reels. Yo, this show was created for you guys to see what happens literally behind all the beautiful highlight reels that everybody puts on social media and get the real, honest, truth, transparent, and 1,000% real story about what's going on in these people that have the most phenomenal highlight reels. All right, so today is a phenomenal episode. I am super excited. But before we get started, I want to take a moment, as always, because y'all know technology tries to do what it want to do. If you are here, go ahead and let me know. Put a little heart, comment, something. Let me know that you are here, that you can see us. Hey, Crystal. Hey, girl. For the people that don't know, if y'all didn't catch my status this morning, go ahead and catch Crystal after the show, though. Wait till we finish this show. But go ahead and go watch her replay. She did a phenomenal interview this morning. I am going to give everyone 30 seconds to go ahead and share. So if you can see, you can share. So I am going to give you guys 30 seconds. Go ahead and share the video because trust me, you're going to want your people to see what we're talking about today. All right, 30 seconds. All right, that 30 seconds, I'll try to tell y'all, that 30 seconds be quick. As much as my Facebook be acting stupid, let me make sure it's on here. Okay, because last time it was not wanting to be my best friend. So, again, here we go. Facebook, what's going on? All right, so, y'all, it is a new time. So for people that's like, wait a minute, ain't y'all early today? We do have a brand new time. We will be on Behind the Highlight Reels, making sure we hit everybody's lunch period at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And for y'all that's on the East Coast back home, y'all can go ahead and take your lunch at 12 noon. So you can catch us then on your Facebook. I was about to say TV, but yeah, let's go ahead and speak that on your TV station. Okay. So catch us on 11 a.m. Central Standard Time now, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're trying to share, make sure you go ahead and share. I'm still trying to share because sometimes they don't want to work with me. I realize that, but that's fine. Join me now live. All right. So today, y'all, of course, it's September 11th. We will talk about that because we cannot have a show and not talk about September 11th. Like, that's the thing that took my generation. That's our big event that happened. One of them right now, right? So, but today I have Miss Terricka Jones. She is coming to us to talk to us today. I'm super excited. I met this young lady. Honestly, I don't remember which platform I met her on, but we were in a group together and we were trying to connect. There was a lot of connection that was going on with some phenomenal entrepreneur women, boss ladies, okay? And we were all in there connecting. And we ended up connecting, me and Terricka ended up connecting, talking about doing some things together. And she sent me, now mind you, let me just go ahead and start with this. A lot of times when it comes to connecting to other women or other people, other entrepreneurs, you'll be like, oh yeah, girl, we're gonna connect, and nothing ever happens. They don't reach out. You don't reach out. Nobody responds. Nothing happens. But this young lady, we really connected. She sent me some stuff that she was working on. And when I seen it, I was like, yes, girl, we got to do some stuff together. Like, she got her stuff together, like stuff planned out. And y'all know me, I am a planner. I love organization. She is very well organized. She is coming to us straight from Chicago, y'all. She is a Hampton University graduate. After Hampton, she went on to Washington University School of Law. Yes, girl, she know her stuff, okay? But after tragically losing her best friend to sickle cell while in law school, she vowed to help other students decide on a path for their life while simultaneously showing the determination that it took for her best friend, Dr. Kelsey Randolph. Y'all, I've seen a little bit of her story. And if you watch her and you're following her, make sure y'all go like her page. But if you're following her, you'll see this girl is doing a lot. She is doing a lot of stuff, anything it takes to help people to really decide what they want to do in life. There's so many ways that you can do life. She's helping us decide everything you want to do with life. And what we're going to talk about today is how she's even helping the children get a jump start on that decision. Y'all, I am so excited to have Miss Terricka Jones. Let me go ahead and bring her in. Hey, Terricka.
Hey girl, hey.
How are you today?
I am well. How are you?
Awesome, awesome. So, first and foremost, thank you so much for being accepted onto the show, but then even taking a chance to get out there and show the world what we can do and what we can do when it comes to making a decision to how to live our life. Okay, so we talked about, well, we heard your bio, such a lovely bio, quick, straight to the point. Listen,
Yeah.
this is what happened. This is what I'm here for. I am here to help you. Thank you. But I want you to tell me more about like how your best friend's passing inspired you to help more people.
Well, to be honest with you, Kelsey and I'm glad you were able to catch that fix too. Sorry. Kelsey and I, we went to Hampton University together, and while we were there, we both participated in like different organizations that help with the youth. So it was always in the both of us to want to give back to the community and help people that needed that kind of guidance that we necessarily didn't have when we were
Mm,
middle school or high school or something like that. So after we graduated and she had her surgery and she passed away, she actually went through this whole process of the sickle cell surgery while still trying to finish her doctor's degree. So she actually went through this, giving her last breath. So that entire process, watching her go through it, because we were both in school at the same time, struggling, but we was doing it. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So that entire process just kind of motivated me to want to continue what she was pushing for, which is
mhm.
giving back to the youth. So
I absolutely love that you mentioned that even while she was going through this time, she was pushing to still give her full life and live her full life. That is amazing. Like, especially like it just reminds me of my husband, but not my husband that
ah,
just passed. Okay.
no, seriously though, yeah,
Yes,
Chadwick,
like
she
how
had that.
he gave his full life. I love to see our people that do that. Just hearing stories like that inspires me so much because here I am be complaining about stupid stuff like my hair ain't right or something, and you
Right.
have people going through so much, and you would never see it on them.
Yeah.
Never realize that they've been going through, and to see a legacy that's been left, and now you are still here living out what she left behind. That's amazing. Okay. But tell me more about like what decided you to go ahead and start on different programs. Like what was your process like? Okay, I'm going to help people, but this is the way I'm going to help people. What was your process with that?
So essentially, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I know I wanted to help high school students prepare for life
Mm,
after high school because it's like they get us to that point, but don't really tell us the full truth about our options
exactly.
when we get out of high school. So I'm trying to figure out like how can I incorporate her and that all in one. So I just figured I'd break it down into, different components. And I actually have, like, this is behind the highlights, right? So I actually have some footage, video footage, just conversations between her and I from like years ago. I have like hundreds of them. So I decided to take bits and pieces of that footage that I have and put it together with, the different components that I have for the program, and just kind of make it work as a conversation to have with high school students. So
Wow. You know what? That is an amazing idea, like that you have those memories to keep her alive, but then
yeah.
you can use those to help others. I absolutely love that idea that you are taking it all together, those video points. Tell me now, you're helping high school students. What was your own? I know you said you didn't have that type of help, so you're trying to give what you wanted to have had. Tell me a little bit about your experience in deciding what to do with your life in high school. Like, where was your mind at? Were you one of those people that knew I'm just going to do this? What, like, what was your mind like?
Believe it or not, I was. I
Wow.
was one of those students that was like, all right, I know I'm gonna go to college. I knew I wanted to get my master's when I was in
Mhm.
fifth grade.
Wow.
So that alone, I just knew I had, like, I got to go through the process to get to where I want to be. And it
Mhm.
just so happens that once I got to that point, all of this happened. So it's like, God sends different signs in different ways.
Yes. That's amazing because I was not one of those people. I was like, I'm just trying to get up out of here. Like, I knew, but then God, like you said, God sends different things, and He will move you where He needs you to be. I would have never even thought about like going away to college because I went to A&T, girl. So yes, HBC over here, and I would have never thought about going to college, like away to college, had we not moved from Concord to Fayetteville. And it just so happened, I was like, well, I'm about to be over here on the Golden Delight. I'm about to, do my thing at this HBCU. I got to get away from this house. And just from there, like looking back, God just moves and just brings all these different moments into your life and stirs up some stuff. Like you thought you was about to do one thing, and He like,
Right.
oh, you about to use
Nah.
this to do something else.
Right.
So okay, so yours, you was planned, and then the guy was like, "Let me show you your plan." Okay,
Right.
so when you did that, tell me like what steps you took to start. Like, did you partner with some people, or did you sit down? Like, tell me about your planning process so that we can know behind the highlight reels.
So I did partner. I did partner with some amazing friends of mine.
Mhm.
I actually reached out to several different people, which, some people have time for, some people don't.
Yeah.
But I do have two key leaders that have stuck with me through this entire process and helped me out. Rebecca Castro and Stewart have literally been helping me with this project from the jump. I mean, from the business plan, filing paperwork, choosing the name, everything that we've done up until this point, they've helped me with. So definitely could not, this is not a project that can be done solo. I wouldn't recommend it because it does take a lot of work and dedication. So,
So y'all heard what she said. For people be out there like, I don't need nobody. Yes, you do. You
yes,
do.
you.
God wanted us to have that connection. You need somebody. You need some help. And if you need help, act. So I
Yes.
love that you even mentioned like, I'm just hearing your story and I'm getting so much from it because I hear you mentioning you asked for help. You
Yes.
weren't too prideful to be like, oh, I don't need nobody help. You asked for help. And you even got people that would say, no, because so many times, I'm not gonna preach, but so many times we have these moments where we think we're the only ones going through things, or we're in our feelings because we asked somebody and they said they would do it and they couldn't, or they said they couldn't do it, and we're like, why can't you? But I love that you mentioned that, hey, everybody that I asked wasn't ready for it, or everybody that I asked didn't have time, and you did not say it with like that bitterness of, and then I had people that didn't want to help. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
It's
I
life.
love
Life
your
happens,
attitude.
Yeah. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
can't forget to mention our advisors too, Lamar Alexander and Krista Simpson, who actually works in the school district. Everybody, literally, all hands on deck. So I appreciate
Oh, girl, absolutely love that you
it.
went back. to advisors. I know, even in me just talking to different students and things like that, I hear them asking, "Hey, do you know somebody, or how do you do?" Well, you pay all this money to go to this school. You better start talking to these advisors, these teachers, these people that you
Okay,
grew up with.
use these
They can help.
resources. Shoot.
Exactly. And listen, so I'm so glad you are hitting so many points, and I hope that you guys that are watching, not just on live, but even on the replay, that you're hearing that you have what it takes to start right here in your hand. You just got to see these people as resources and partners, and there's nothing wrong with partnering. Like, you can't do this stuff by yourself. Okay. All
100%.
right, so talk to us about now your amazing Blue Hearts Advantage program. Like, okay, side note, she sent me her curriculum for this program for these children. I'm trying to tell you, like, I was looking like, is this for adults? Because this thing, she got it laid out. Tell us a little bit about the program, and where did Blue Hearts, what does that mean? Like, where did that come from?
So, Blue Hearts came from, so when Kelsey first passed away, we come from Hampton University and our colors are blue and white. That's why I got on blue right now. But so when she passed away, Blue Hearts was the thing. Everyone would, post Blue Hearts for her. So as I'm trying to figure out, what am I gonna name this thing? I thought back to all of the Blue Hearts, all the love that she got from, our students, our, former classmates, her friends, family, so I was like, what about Blue Hearts? That name wasn't available, so I had to add Advantage on there just to give it a little edge. So
Uh-huh.
Blue Hearts Advantage, and there you have it. So
I absolutely love that. Love it. Okay, so what made you decide to? Because I know you said earlier that high school they teach us up to a certain point, and then we're just like, oh, y'all done. Get out there
yeah,
and be an adult, and then we don't know anything.
right.
So, what made you decide to stick with high school? Like, will you be also expanding? Like, what was that about?
We do want to expand to eventually down to middle school students.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, starting off, we do want to stick with just high school kids and only 11th and 12th graders, only because, at that point you kind of in your mind what you want to do, what I'm saying, what you're going to listen to, what you're not going to listen to. So my job is to not force kids to listen to anything that they don't want to hear. My job is to just expose you to this and what I'm saying, give you the opportunity to get extra help, and whatever you do is on you. So we're starting there only because I'll tell you the key topics. um, are choosing your crowd, so helping them pick the right group of friends they should have and should not have around them. Entrepreneurship, of course, teaching them that side of the world that we don't learn in school.
Mm-hmm.
The military, what I'm saying, a lot of students don't know that you can just go into the military right after high school if you prefer to. And then college, all kinds of school, trade school, community college, just school in general. Then we talk about career paths and life skills. And then we end it with hindrance. So, different things that can stop you from achieving anything that you wanted, any one of those. So, we want to stick with high school students only because a middle schooler is not really going to understand it the way I break it down, for a high school kid. So, once I can figure it out, we'll get there eventually.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about how, because choosing your crowd, right? Um, my experience, I think back on when I was in high school, I was like, all my friends down for me, and if they not, then forget them, that whole thing. How do you appeal to the high schoolers to talk to them about how to choose their crowd and the type of people that they want around them?
Well, we keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? We're honest with them. We tell them, give them some. I don't want to say too much, but we give them some snippets of our own personal lives and what we've been through, and some real life, probably modern day examples for them, while still incorporating some videos of Kelsey and Niall at the same time. Now the icing on the cake for these students when going through this program is that, of course, they don't know me. They could probably care less. You know what I'm saying? They just here because they, got to be here. But there will always be a social media phenomenon there just to add the icing on the cake.
Mhm.
So, a Prince T Dub, or anybody from Wild and Out, or anybody that I can get that I know these kids adore,
Yes.
will be there just to say, hey, I know y'all love me and what I do, but y'all have to listen to what she said as well, because that is important for your life.
So I just want to hit some points because I heard you say some things, and I think it's very important. One, thank you for not giving everything, and because it's so important for people to know, like, you can give and not give it all. Like, don't give all your
Yeah.
stuff, right? I love that you said you guys are very transparent. And if y'all know me, y'all know I'm all about transparency. That's the whole purpose of everything I do. So being transparent, I know that children see people differently when they're like, listen, everything wasn't all roses and cake, and no, was this, and I fell into this, like I did this. And people are more, and children specifically are more willing to hear you when you don't put on this perception that I am perfect. So I love, love, love that you even thought about, like, I'm just gonna be transparent. I just want to be honest and real, because I think even from that point, they're gonna listen more, because it's like, oh, she admitting that she did something wrong, or she's admitting that she was in this place. They'll hear it more, because so many people, adults, want to give children, I'm perfect, I did everything right, and that's not the case. So I applaud you for that. But I also wanted to mention, now I forgot everything, the other thing I wanted to ask you about. um but you did, oh, entrepreneurship. So with entrepreneurship, I love how you give the different types of path that it is. So is this program like one of those, like, when you're in school, you got to go through a certain path, like you got to go ahead and choose, oh, I'm going to go after this, I'm going to go after this. Is this a program where everybody, like all the children, get to hear about entrepreneurship, military, college, or is it that they need to decide first, or what? How does
Yeah,
that
they so they hear about it in the seminar first. We I talk about it in, my unconventional, transparent manner. And they get to see live videos of Kelsey as well. So they actually go through the process of her going through that entire transformation while I'm going through the.
work?
So by the end of it, I got their attention 100%. You know what I'm saying? Because they get to see me, they get to see video slides at the same time. So they're definitely going to get, an example of each one as we go through it. And then after the fact, they have the option to get additional help with whatever path they decide. Say if they like, okay, well, I want to look into the military. Okay, cool. You can come to this program. We'll have some recruiters there for you to speak to. They'll help you decide which one is right for you. Or I want to look more into going to trade school. All right, come to this program. We'll have somebody there to help assist you decide what trade you want to do. So we help them with whatever they want to do. We don't just come, show them, and then leave. Kids don't like that. You got to be
Right.
consistent in their face more often these days, especially with COVID out here right now. These kids need more motivation now than ever.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
So when you do this, is this something that you are doing, like, outside of school? Is this in the school system? Like, what are your plans? Because wait, is this have you launched yet?
No, we have not officially launched yet. We have
Okay.
not
Okay.
coming
So
soon.
what are your plans for launching? Like, let us know when we can have kids, like, lined up and ready. Okay.
So the goal now has been pushed back to next semester
Mm-hmm.
only because of COVID. Our initial plan was to come and get into the schools starting this semester, and start doing our first seminars, our pre-launch seminars and stuff like that. But because let me say this is Illinois based. This is based in,
Oh, okay.
so they're not letting people in the schools at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But hoping and praying that, you know, God comes through and makes a way, because I know He didn't give me this vision for no reason. But if not, then we will commence with working on another plan, whether that's going virtual with the students or maybe renting a building out, and having them come doing social distancing or something like that. But that's definitely something that we're working on right now for next semester.
Now, how important is it with mindset management? Because I'm listening to you talk about your program, and the students' mindset is what's really going to, get them there. How important is it mindset management for these children to just have a positive, optimistic outlook about their options that they have out here, and things like that? Like, what is the importance of mindset management within this?
So really, we just want to keep them as focused as they were this time last year.
Mm,
So getting them back into that mental space of, okay, the world isn't against me 100%. I still have options. I can still do this. I can still do that. I don't have to, I'm not stuck at home. I don't have to just stay at home, because I think now, especially with this virtual learning thing, kids feel like they are just stuck. You know what I'm saying? They just stuck, period. They can't
yeah.
go on campus, they can't go see their friends. So we just want to bring them back to the state of the world is okay, pretty much.
Hmm.
And you have options, so pick wisely, think on it, and go get it.
So is this a the program, is this like a 1 day thing? Like, what is it that people need to be looking out for? Like, is it a week long? Because I mean, I see so much, girls. So many people can use this program.
Yeah.
But is this something that you plan on even having in multiple states? Like, what are your plans? What do we need to look forward to? Because I'm not in Illinois, but I know some people that make and benefit from it. What do I have
Right.
to look out for? Okay.
Right. So the plan is, of course, to expand. So after we can take over the Illinois, area, Chicagoland area, then we do want to go on to different states and things like that. But for right now, we are just stuck in Illinois. But you asked me something else. I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh, the time frame.
Oh, the time frames. Yes, yes. So this is gonna be, it's not a week long event. It's more like, okay, in a perfect world without COVID, we're going into the schools. This is supposed to be maybe a 2 hour time slot in between their classes. So
Uh,
if they have like a study hall or something like that, like my high school, we were able to block off that time for certain students. So they would come in, listen to the seminar. If they want to sign up for the after school program, then they can do that as well. But this is maybe like once a semester per school. Whatever school want to use us, they can use us twice throughout the year. And we just speak to different groups of students.
All right. So I know we got a lot of different teachers. I know a lot of teachers. So especially if y'all in Chicago area, make sure that you keeping up with Terricka so that you can see what she's doing and what you have available. Because I think it's even important to even get teachers buy in on it. They may be able to be like, "Oh, yo, principal, let me tell you about this program I heard about."
Right.
So, teachers, if you're listening, go ahead and follow Terricka so that you can get her information. All right. So with the program, I absolutely love, like, I'm just excited about the whole program, and I can see this being something way bigger than just a 2 hour thing. I'm just excited that you are starting this program and you're ready to like get out there and help these children. What has been the most difficult part of the entire program? I mean, we know COVID is here, but what's been the most difficult part of this program planning and sectioning for you?
To be honest with you, it would probably be actually going through all of my best friend's videos one by one, just because it's like, bringing her back to life for me all over again and going through the whole process all over again. But that's something that had to be done in order for me to pick the right footage to put into the program.
Mhm.
So that would for me would probably be the hardest part with this entire planning process. You're going to go through every single emotion, literally, I've been through all the emotions when going through this. You know, said I wanted to give up at one point. I was angry at one point. I
Mhm.
sad. You know what I'm saying? So I've gone through every single emotion when you're doing this, but it's like I can't stop. You know, it's something that has to be done. Once you know your purpose and what you need to do in your life, it's like you can't not do it because the thing.
You better tell these people. Listen, so glad that you said that because you didn't hear y'all because this behind the highlight reels. You did not hear. Oh, everything was perfect. She said she went through every emotion. Um, so I'm glad that you mentioned that. Like you took a traumatic event and you turned it around to be something worth even mentioning. You get what I'm saying? Like you turned it around and you allowed it to provoke you. What was the importance of that process of allowing it to provoke you, allowing yourself to feel, and even allowing God to move within that traumatic experience and your emotional intelligence throughout that whole thing? Like, tell me about the importance of just taking tragedy and making this triumphant program.
Well, honestly, after I'm sorry, my vacuum is making noise next to me. All right, my bad. I'm so sorry.
You are fine.
I'm trying to be serious. She over here talking. Shoot. Okay. After losing Kelsey, of course I was going through all kinds of different things, and I would all that emotion, all that energy. I like to dance, so I kind of took my frustrations, my energy out on dancing. But I'm like, there has to be something bigger in this for me to see, that I'm not seeing right now, because I'm feeling too many emotions. I'm feeling too frustrated. So I'm a woman of faith, woman of Christ. So I began to dig deep into my faith, and I'm asking God to tell me what am I supposed to do with all this information? What do I have? I have all these videos in my phone. I have all of this information, all this knowledge. What am I supposed to do with it? And it came to me maybe about almost 2 years ago, as I was helping. I was donating like all of my furniture to a friend, and I was just like, I think I'm supposed to give back some way. And then slowly but surely, like every day, I got a different piece that came to me. And it's like, then the name came. And then after that, the people, I got my friends to help me. Like everything just kind of snowballed. And then before you knew it, I figured it out, what it was that I was supposed to do with it.
So as I'm listening to your story, it's sounding like throughout all these traumatic events that you've been having, whether they be the huge traumatic events to the small traumatic events, you've literally found a way to turn them around, feel in that moment, and turn everything around to use it to uplift and build other people. And with that being said, like, of course, this September 11th, it's 9/11. We can't just not ignore that huge traumatic event. Like, do you even remember where you were during that time, for September 11th?
I do. Exactly. I think I was in like fourth or fifth grade, and I was in school, and an
Mhm.
alarm just started going off, and like I just kind of heard the teacher say, like, something's under attack. So I started looking outside to see, like, is somebody about to attack us? Like, as a kid, you don't really understand. So we get to go home, and I get home, and of course everybody's glued to the TV watching the news, watching this horrific um plane crash in New York. So I'm still confused, not sure what's going on, but of course, as we got older, it made sense exactly, what happened. So definitely still praying for the people that were even involved with that tragic incident.
Yes, and I even see now there are people that were helping and now still facing consequences, health consequences of that event. I know for me, I I think I was in middle school. I want to say middle school, either high school, middle school, one of those schools. And I was changing classes, and they definitely scared the crap out of us. Everybody thought it was the end of the world. I was looking for Jesus to come back, but it was still scary because
Yeah.
they were like, everybody turn off all electronics. That was huge for us. and I didn't have a cell phone at the time. My people was like, "You're not getting no cell phone," so I ain't had no cell phone. So I'm trying to look and see what everybody else had, and we didn't have like the cell phones like we got now. We could see internet and stuff. We had like the little Nokia phone with the snake on it. Okay,
Right,
that's
right.
what it wasn't no looking at the internet trying to see what was going on. But I think, and I will say this, like one of the most important things that I always remember is when everyone else was trying to keep us away from it. We had one of my teachers was like, "Let me explain to y'all what's going on," and he was very gentle with us as children. Very gentle and transparent, and so it just reminded me of when you mentioned your transparency in your program, because I will never forget that moment. How transparent he was, and he allowed us in, and not just like, nobody, y'all not, because we don't know what to do. So we're not
Right.
gonna tell y'all that we don't know what to do. We're gonna act like we got the whole situation under control. But he was very transparent to say, listen, we're trying to do the best that we can. We really don't know. We've never had an experience like this before, but let me tell you guys what's going on. And I definitely appreciated that so much. So I'm tying it back in. I know that your transparency in this program, the transparency of everything that you're doing, is going to definitely catch these children's attention, and they'll remember this beyond the 2 hour time frame when you leave. So I'm super 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 excited to see you move in this program and just go ahead and go forth with everything that you are doing. Like, when I say excited, I'm excited. I cannot wait to see this program on a larger platform, as you're getting into the different cities and states and things like that. I absolutely love everything about it. Um, but before we wrap up, I wanted to also hit something that you talked about with the hindrances with the children, and how you felt. Why did you feel like that was important to include in your program? Because I know that wasn't a question that I was talking to somebody about before scheduling this, and they were like, "Oh, what, I wonder what made her feel like she wanted to include that." Because a lot of times when you see these programs where people are talking about career pathways, they don't talk about the hindrances. Why did you feel like that was important to include in there?
And that's mainly the big reason why. It's because most people don't tell us the things that can hold us back from doing the things that we really want to do in life. So I wanted, and I saved that, for the very end of the presentation, just because I want to show you everything that you have in front of you, all of your options. Let's lay it all out on the line. These are the things that you can do, but these are the things that can also stop you from getting where you want to be.
Mhm.
So I want you to use the determination that you see on this video of my best friend who is fighting for her life, but fighting for a degree at the same time. That was what she wanted. So what are you going to fight for? What are you going to fight for? And I want you to notice these hindrances so that way when it's happening, you'll know it and you'll stop. You won't let it stop you from getting where you want to be, because you'll say, this sound familiar. I think I remember that lady from Blue Hearts, because they ain't gonna remember my name. The lady from Blue, the lady from Blue Hearts saying that something like this might happen. You know what? Let me get back on my grind and do what I need to do. So that's why I
Love
want.
it. Love it. That is something even us as adults can take with us, because it just reminds me, what, as you're speaking, I hear the verse where God was like, "We're not ignorant of Satan's devices." We need to be watchful and aware of it. And I love that you're bringing that into the program. Like, now I'm telling you what can happen. This is what's probably gonna happen, and this is what could happen, so that when it happens, like you said, they're like, "Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so now I kind of know how to handle it." Like, I'm not as, oh gosh, but now it's like,
Exactly.
okay, you got your oh gosh moment, but let's
Right.
get back on track, because she did prepare me for this. Thank you for mentioning that in the program. I think that's one of, outside of the transparency, that's one of the things that sets this apart is, hey, you are literally preparing these children, and there's so many things that children need to be prepared for. And y'all, if y'all know me, y'all know I am all about the kids and preparing them, because they need what we did not have. So thank you, girl. Thank you, Terricka, so much.
You're welcome.
Before we wrap up, I want to ask you, how do people get in touch with you? How do we make sure that we are watching what you're doing so that we can be ready when you launch this program? Even if we're not in the Chicago area, we can be ready to support you in what you're doing. How can we get in touch with you?
So I'm sure you're probably gonna tag me in this video, so they can
Mhm.
follow my Facebook page, or they can contact me directly via my cell phone number. So the number should right below here, so you can contact me directly. If if you would like to donate, because this is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. So if you would like to donate, or if you would like to help in any form or fashion, we'll compose of a list, and just make sure to keep you in mind for future events and endeavors. So
Yes, absolutely love it. So make sure you guys are watching, especially on the replay. If you're on a replay too, and you're like, man, I couldn't type my question in, so she can't answer it. I'm sure Terricka will be back to answer, or just contact her directly. She listed her whole phone number here for you. As soon as I can figure out, there it is. Listed her whole phone number here for you. So make sure you contact her and let her know. Don't be just calling people crazy now. Just let her know what you're trying to do. Reach out and contact her and help. And she is a 501c3, so she did say she could take donations. Y'all that need these tax deductions, make sure that you can help and support her. Let's support this queen and everything she is doing with these phenomenal children, okay? And before we go, one more last thing. I keep saying before we go, we're gonna go. Is there anything else you would like to leave with the people today?
no, I just want to say thank you to you for even having me on and giving me the opportunity to, present this amazing program that God has gifted to me.
Yes.
Um, but to everybody that's watching, this is really my first time ever publicly speaking on the program. So to a lot of us, what? But yes, this is, a family business, a family organization.
So I feel like we're having technical difficulties, of course, at the end, but at least because we you skipped out for a minute, but at least we got all the information about the program in there. So thank you, thank you, Terricka. We are going to be supporting you. I know I'm going to support you, so definitely let me know. We're already planning on working together on some other things, and I'm excited that I get to be like the first time. I love having premieres on my episodes. I love being the first time so I can look back and be like, yo, her program is international. I remember when she
Yes.
told us about this. This is amazing. So God is amazing. Everything he does is phenomenal. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Terricka. And again, guys, new time. So start paying attention. New time, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure y'all catch out Terricka. If you're watching the replay, hey, thank you for watching and making it all the way to this point. Contact Terricka if you have any questions. And guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Remember, choose to make your day phenomenal. Let me get my little video back up for you. All right, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.